What's up, guys? It's Johnreaveslive, and today we're going to be finally doing a reaction video to an entire full band BTS song called, and if I completely slaughtered this word, I do apologize, but guys, I'm completely illiterate. Y'all know this already. BAEPSAE? I guess maybe BAEPSAE? One of those. We will figure out how to say it by the end of this. I swear on everything. We're going to be doing a reaction to the actual song with the lyrics, and then we're also going to be later on in the video doing a reaction to the explanation of this song. So we're going to do both of those in this one video. It's going to be a little bit longer video. This is going to be my genuine first listen to a full BTS band song, and I'm thoroughly excited. We've only been paying attention to rap line right now, and everybody said you've got to listen to a full band song, and from what I've heard, far as lyrically, it is a very intense song. I haven't heard it. I don't know. That's just what I've heard. So here we go. Let's freaking check it out. Boom. So yeah, full band. Holy crap. I will say this really quick. So far, I'm pretty sure this has started out with just rap line. So is rap line like a bigger part of the band than vocal line? I don't know. I'm not meaning that in a rude way at all. I don't know. This first few seconds. Oh, damn. Oh, he's got great voice, man. Dang. I think what I'm really liking about this is, first of all, I feel like this is a very similar thing that happens in metal bands and metal songs, where like in a metal song, a lot of this stuff that I listen to, at least, like the verses will be filled with like screaming or like kind of harder stuff, like edgier, harder stuff in the verses, and the chorus is like a really catchy melody that comes through. And it seems like that's what they're doing with rap line, and then vocal line comes in the chorus and like sings something catchy that everybody can sing along to. Also, I just realized that we've paused it on something that says, I've got a crow's tits legs. I've got a crow tits leg. What is a crow tits legs? What is that? I have no clue what that is. And you've got stork's legs. So I'm guessing crow tits legs. I don't know what that means, but maybe crow's tits are really small and stubby. I don't know. But stork legs are obviously long. Wow. They all say their legs are worth $1 million. Oh, damn. So really what I'm getting from this song so far is that this seems like they're kind of like a younger generation trying to like prove themselves or their worth to like their older generation. So it seems like this is kind of their proving grounds, or their song that's pretty much saying, hey, we are like worthy of our names. We're like as good as our generation before us. Maybe that's what it sounds like. It sounds like the struggle of proving yourself to the older generation, or the gatekeepers, as a lot of people call them. I love how that sounds. I love that line. That's so good. Dang! So we're going to be doing now a reaction to the explanation of this song. But before we do that, I'd like to say my thoughts on what I think the song is. And then afterwards, we'll see how right or wrong we were. But I really feel like it's kind of them saying that the older generation is kind of being a gatekeeper, so to speak. We do that a lot with everything. I mean, it doesn't really necessarily matter age as much as just longevity or length of time that you've been doing something. For instance, this is a really nerdy one, but I played Dark Souls games, and a game called Elden Ring came out recently. It's made by the same people as Dark Souls. And so a lot of people are like, oh, all the gatekeepers out there, people like trying to, I guess, knock other people that are like newbies to the series of that game. They're trying to knock them and be like, oh, you know, you suck, you can't do this or whatever. And so gatekeeping in that sense can also be brought into the real world with like jobs, with music, with all these things. And that's what this song sounds like to me. It's pretty much just saying, hey, this is us. We're going to prove ourselves. We're like the whole try harder thing. And I don't know what cow tits legs are. I have no clue what that is, but I'm really excited to find out what that is. But either way, let's get into the reaction of what this song actually is, explained by a Korean. Let's freaking do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
In light of BTS's new comeback, we are taking a look at
Danny
the fiercest and most political song, BAEPSAE.
BAEPSAE? What?
First of all, you need to know this Korean idiom. 뱁새가 황새를 따라가면 다리가 찢어진다. It means when you try to do something.
A crow tit following a stork will tear its legs. What? What?
That's out of your reach, out of your capabilities, then you will likely fail. Crow tits or 뱁새 have short legs, but
it's a freaking bird, guys. It's a freaking bird. Had no idea. Did anyone else know?
Storks have very long legs. So obviously a crow tit trying to catch up to a stork will likely fail.
That all makes sense.
Referring to people in power, the big companies, conglomerates, and older generations. And in this video, I will focus on the last meaning of older generations because the previous two meanings have been covered a lot by other explanations. Here, BTS is using crow tits as a metaphor for the younger generation, or the millennials of South Korea. They are trying very, very hard to catch up with their parents' generation, the baby boomers, or the storks. They also use another metaphor of teacher to refer to the older generation who are born with a golden spoon. They say this because during the ages of the baby boomers in South Korea, they were experiencing huge economic growth, and it was extremely easy to get jobs, get housing, and stuff like that. But
okay, so essentially this sounds a lot like I was thinking it meant. I thought that it meant the younger generation, or this generation that BTS is trying to kind of like prove themselves to the older generation, which I feel like is a very relatable thing.
The economy in South Korea is now at its maturing stages, and the side effects of ultra-fast economic growth have boomeranged to haunt the current generation. Currently, the millennials are facing extremely high pricing of houses, as well as high disparity between the rich and the poor, and also extreme all-time high youth unemployment.
That's sounding very similar to what's going on in America right now. So yeah, I can definitely say this is a very relatable, universal song.
this verse,
Passion
BTS
Pay
addresses the social injustices that millennials commonly face in Korean society. For example, Passion Pay. This is a very common practice in Korean society where companies basically pay young workers below minimum wage or nothing at all in return for experience. The company's logic is,
so that's not necessarily the same thing. Like, it can't happen in corporate world, like businesses, but it does happen a lot to people, especially in like graphic design or media. Like myself personally, I played a lot of shows whenever I was coming up. I played a ton of shows for Passion Pay, which was either just tips, you didn't get a cut of the door. A lot of the times we paid money to play shows. I'm not saying that it came out of our pocket to get on the stage, but we had to actually pay for gas to get out there. They didn't even pay for our food. So that to me is the same as Passion Pay, but it's not exactly the same as what he's talking about here. But that's relatable too, at least.
because they are offering a job and an experience that many young people have passion for, they are the ones that are actually doing the service for the young people. Enposede is another newly made word that is used to describe the millennials of this decade. They are a generation that have basically given up what many consider to be basic human rights and wants because of extremely high youth unemployment rates and also very low wages compared to living costs. We have many different variations of Enposede to describe the millennials of South Korea. It originally started from Samposede, which is used to describe the millennials that have given up dating, marrying, and giving birth due to economic instability.
Oh my God.
It evolved to Oposede, which added giving up employment and buying your own house. And then it evolved into Chilposede, which added human relationships and hope. Now the word
My
Enposede
God.
is commonly used because they have basically given up all their dreams and hope. In these lines, BTS talks about their want to change the system. The word 정상 in the last lines has a double meaning. First, it means normal, and second, it means top. So basically, not only is BTS talking about how this is not a normal situation, society is sick, but also they are saying we are not at the top yet and we have to push further.
God.
Here, BTS addresses how the older generation blames the millennials for their struggles, saying that it is due to a lack of effort. The word 노력 is pronounced 노력 by BTS, and this is a very commonly used internet slang among millennials to sarcastically describe how the older generation blames them for the lack of effort. Baby boomers often neglect the fact how society is completely different now compared to when they were growing up. And also
That's
the
so true.
economic situation is completely different. They also neglect the fact that a lot of the economic problems that these millennials face today were in fact caused by baby boomers. For example,
Yes.
housing prices that are extremely high so that millennials have basically given up buying their houses. These were driven up by baby boomers buying multiple houses in speculation and for investment purposes. Yet many baby boomers simply neglect the fact and tell the millennials that they should try harder, work harder, so that you can perhaps buy a house 20 years later. On the surface level, these lines just simply seem like a cry for help, a call for a helping hand. However, the word BAEPSAE in the very last line is a very clever play on words. Basically, this word would sound like a curse word to the Korean ear. It sounds very, very similar to shipseya or keseya, which are both very serious curse words in South Korea. So not only are they crying for help, and not only are they asking the protests to unite, but they are also calling the older generations.
Yes! Okay, so first of all, I pretty much scratched the surface with my own thoughts of what this song meant. Like, I'm pretty sure that we were right on the cusp of understanding what the song meant. But then as far as knowing the depth of it, I'm so glad we just watched that reaction video. So to me at least, it seems a lot like the Korean culture is like an exaggerated instance of what's going on here in America. And I only say exaggerated because I live in Tennessee and it's a lot less crazy here. So it's getting drastic. Housing prices are ridiculously going up and they're definitely unaffordable, but it's not gotten to the point now where people are like, well, I'm just going to give up getting a relationship, getting married, having kids and all that stuff so where I can get into this rat race. It's not to that point yet. So how do we get past that? And man, this is a really good song. I'm glad that such a big band decided to take a stance on this exact subject because it's obviously something that is a really important thing. And if we don't address it now and we don't try to make actions and take steps towards fixing that issue, then it's only going to continue to snowball into our future generation. I genuinely like this song. This is my first reaction to an actual BTS full song. I really like the explanation of the song lyrics themselves. Crow's Tit threw me off so bad, and then now knowing what that means, it means so much more. I really genuinely liked this song, and I really genuinely liked the lyrics. Great job, guys. If y'all have any other suggestions, please put them in the comments below. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. I know this is a longer video. I appreciate you guys if y'all stuck through to the end. And if y'all did, comment Crow Tits just to let me know that you guys stuck to the very end of this video. Yeah, please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll catch y'all then. Toodles.